Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more after word from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 901-245-4874. That's 901-245-4874. 901-245-4874. That's 901-245-4874.
Six months after his reappointment as Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff, General Andres Centino will take on a new role as the Presidential Advisor on the West Philippine Sea. Centino already reached the mandatory retirement in February this year, but qualified for a 3-year term following the signing of Republic Act No. 11709 under the administration of then-President Rodrigo Duterte. Under Republic Act No. 11939, which amended the former, only the AFP Chief of Staff will have a fixed maximum tour of duty of 3 years unless sooner terminated by the President. The commanding generals of the Philippine Army and the Philippine Air Force, the flag officer in command of the Philippine Navy, and the superintendent of the Philippine Military Academy will have a fixed term of 2 years unless sooner terminated. Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Romeo Browner Jr. will replace Centino as AFP Chief. Browner has been serving as the Army Chief since December 2021. He is a member of the PMA Makatao class of 1989 and graduated number 2 in his class. Browner served as the commander of the 103rd Infantry Brigade during the Marawi Siege in 2017. He also served as the commandant of the PMA, playing an important role in the eradication of hazing and maltreatment in the Cadet Corps. Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. said the country's defense sector fully supports the appointment of Browner as the next AFP chief.
The President's choice really was that there should be already succession in the armed forces, and in the interest of an orderly transition, his choice for Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Browner, was designated as the incoming Chief of Staff, which was supported by the whole defense establishment together with General Centino and myself. I would say that General Browner is the choice of the President from several choices. Of course, sinisiyasat ng Pangulo lahat.
The military also welcomed Browner's appointment. In a statement, the AFP said Browner has proven his leadership and performance in the field of AFP operations, modernization, and transformation. The military likewise rendered its snappiest salute to Centino. The Philippine Army, for its part, believes Browner will carry out his duties as the next AFP chief with excellence.
The Philippine Army is actually wants to extend its warmest congratulations to our Commanding General of the Philippine Army for being appointed as the new or the incoming Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. We believe the 110,000 strong Army troops, to include our civilian human resource, believes that his programs and the programs for the Philippine Army will be carried and with due excellence. Our Commanding General of the Philippine Army, si Lieutenant General Browner Jr., has been very consistent on his policies and guidance to the entire Philippine Army towards his achievement of a modernized Philippine Army. He has been serving us with his servant leadership, and at the same time with his always continuous guidance of yung nakapaloob sa serve, that he gives primal importance to the human resource. I expect that the Commanding General has its plans and programs already in mind, and when he will be assuming as a new Chief of Staff.
Browner is the third AFP chief under the Marcos administration. Under the new law on fixed terms, he can serve until 2026 unless his term is sooner terminated by the president.
Members of Bagong Alyansang Makabayan or Bayan are busy making their effigy, which they will parade on Monday during their protest actions. This year, they plan to highlight the duality of the Marcos Jr. administration. They allege that the administration has been calling for unity but has failed to address corruption.
Ang gusto po nating irehistro yung suporta natin sa panawagan ng mga manggagawa para sa pagtaas ng sahod. At syempre, magbigay ng hatol sa one-year presidency ni Bongbong Marcos.
Philippine urban poor groups held their own State of the Nation address in Quezon City on Thursday. They urged the president to focus on issues such as lack of decent housing, low wages, and unemployment.
Mayaman ang Pilipinas, pero naghihirap ang sambayan ng Pilipino. Kailangan po nating magkaisa, kailangan po nating ilaban. Mula sa panawagan natin na sahod itaas, trabaho para sa lahat, presyo ibaba, karapatan sa paninirahan na ipaglaban, serbisyo sa tao.
Yes, yes, yes!
Not to be left behind, pro-Marcos supporters are also ready to make their voices heard. At least two groups have requested for permits from the Quezon City Local Government Unit to hold their own programs on Monday. These are One Movement Incorporated and United Marcos Loyalists of the Philippines. They were allowed to start their program by noon at Commonwealth COA.
We are in support to the administration as NGO partner. Gusto namin ipakita na kami ay nakikiayon sa programa ng ating present government through BBM. Hindi lang naman po to laban ng isang gobyerno, but ito po ay kasama rin po ang mga non-government organization. So kami po ay sumasapi po at nakikiayon sa plataforma ng ating gobyerno.
As for the president's performance, Bayan flanked Marcos while One Movement gave him a nearly perfect score.
Nakita po namin sa kanya yung vision niya para sa Pilipinas. At nakikita po namin sa kanya ang sinseridad na gusto niya magkaroon po ng pagbabago sa ating bansang Pilipinas.
Konsensus sa maraming grupo bagsak. No? Kasi ang sabi ng Pangulo, incomplete daw siya.
The Philippine National Police says it is 100% ready for the SONA. PNP Chief General Benjamin Acorda Jr. led the Civil Disturbance Management Exercises and send-off ceremony for SONA 2023 at Camp Bagundiwa, Bikutan, Taguig City Thursday morning. Acorda reminded the police to respect the human rights of the protesters while carrying out their duties. He also appealed to protesters to show respect to the police officers during their activities.
I'm appealing to our fellow Filipinos who will be doing these rallies to make sure na sana naman ay in the exercise of their rights, huwag naman maapakan yung karapatan ng ibang tao. Pati na rin kasama na rin yung kapulisan natin.
Acorda adds, while they have not monitored any security threats, they are ready for worst-case scenarios, including the possibility of protesters turning violent. Acorda asserts, troops will observe maximum tolerance but they won't hesitate to make arrests if necessary.
Asian markets steady on Thursday amid hopes for more stimulus from the Chinese government. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index was flat, while Philippine shares outperformed. For the day, the PSE Index gained over 1% to settle back above 6,600. Metrobank Trust's Christina Gabaldon says it will take time for the good news to be reflected in the stock market. Their year-end index call a conservative 7,000. She notes, though, second quarter earnings tend to be stronger, citing seasonability.
The 10-year BVAL rate dropped to 6.255%. Before the inflation print came out, it was at 6.6657%. So the good macro news is getting reflected in fixed income, but not yet in equities, I would say. So foreign ownership for the PSEI is still low at 23.3%. And for the all shares index, it's just at 20.1%. 1Q earnings, it's very good. It came out at 25%. But PE of the index is we're just trading at 13 times.
In corporate stories, BPI fires the opening salvo for the second quarter earnings season with a 5% uptick in top and bottom line. Without the one-off gain from the sale of a property last year, net income would have gone up 49%. In all, BPI posted 25.1 billion in the first half profit, up 23%, delivering a return on equity of 15.5%. The bank also recognizing provisions of 2 billion year to date. And Alfredo Yao's PBB says its universal banking license is coming very, very soon. Philippine Business Bank President and CEO Rolando Avante is confident the bank can secure this license in the next 6 to 12 months, citing strong capital buffers and earnings.
We are seeing a good level of demand for loans, especially the second half of the year, which is the timing where most MSMEs are beefing up their inventories for the Christmas season. The past 2-3 Christmases were quite slow, but I guess with the economy and the entire country going back to normalcy, has ample liquidity. This liquidity has been channeled more into the good credit corporate borrowers or good business borrowers, or the ones that are collateralized. I guess the banking system has to be more adaptive by being able to respond to the needs of the MSMEs.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting, very exciting personality, and I know he doesn't need any more introduction, further introduction, because he is really well known in this community, very popular, and also he used to be one of the hosts in this show. Help me welcome Mr. Nick Vera Perez. Nick, how are you? Welcome to our show.
Ay, maraming salamat, Tita Vero. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga nanonood or good morning. Anong time ba? Nawawala. Maraming salamat for having me here. It's nice to see
All
you.
right, very good. I'm really honored that you're here on our show, and we're going to be talking a lot of things. After there is a lot of changes and developments, and in Nick Vera Perez's life, and we have to catch up. Okay, first thing, Nick. Uh, Here are some things that our viewing audience have to know about you. Lately, Nick has been has been crowned, or he's been nominated as, or I think he has won the Mr. USA United Nations 23. And congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we're
you.
gonna be talking about that. And he is also about to finish his doctorate degree in medicine. My God, in 6 to 8 weeks, you will
6 to 8
already
months.
be a doctor, Nick.
6 to 8
I
months pa.
cannot believe it. This guy is really something else. And he is about to release his sixth album next year, which is next year is 2024. And next album, he will also be talking about that in this interview. First things first. And Nick, welcome to our show. And I'm really very happy because I want to let our viewers know that you're one of my favorite people here in this community.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
How is
you.
that?
Yes.
A public confession. Okay, Nick. First, first things first. What is this, Mr. United Nations title that you have won?
It is actually a pageantry that believes in growth of young people, believes in tourism, and believes in charity. It has been there for so many years, and this is the first time they're sending an Asian to compete as the USA representative. So it is a huge honor. It is the most extreme relevant pageant to join. And I think it has served its purpose for so many years. And preparing to go is not easy, as you can see. There are other contestants around the world, and it's going to be in India, September 25 to 30. So I'm planning to fly between September 25 or 26 because for it's a joint United Nations pageants. It's not just Mr. So but for the Mr. it's on September 27 to 30. So wish everybody would support Team USA, but really also Team Philippines, right? All together.
Wow. My God. What a big title, Nick. How were you
Yes.
able to get connected with the people who are organizing this kind of pageant?
There are some questions they will ask you, and it's like a form of essay, and your essay will be judged. And once you get to win it, then you are chosen. And then there are some registration, of course, that's happening. And along the way, they really have to scout or screen who is relevant and reliable to join the competition. So really deep inside me, it's also a bucket list. And at the same time, it's like let me do this for an experience, and at the same time able to actually multiply my legacy, which is helping others, so you can help others more. So it's more like a ripple effect. So that was my platform. So they liked it, and they let me join in. So hopefully we can win it.
Wow. What can I say? I'm tongue-tied, and that's a really big award, and congratulations to you. And looking forward to your coronation. We would call that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about this fantastic degree that you're taking right now, and that's going to give you a doctorate title upon graduation. Can you
Yes.
tell us about this?
It is a nursing ultimate degree. As you can see, there's bachelor's, associates. Oh, no, associates, and then bachelor's, and then master's, and then PhD or DNP, which is Doctorate of Nursing Practice. Now, the only difference between the two, PhD is more on research, and then the DNP or Doctorate of Nursing Practice is more on clinical. Um, both are terminal degrees in nursing, meaning it's the highest. You cannot go anywhere after that. And I am 6 to 8 months away from finishing it. So as you can see, I'm smiling, but really at the back of my face, I'm struggling because as we are finishing the subjects, they all get tougher, and there's just too much demands when it comes to time, reading, and submission of projects here and there. And that's the hardest part of it. I think what DNP is teaching us is how to be disciplined all throughout and how to be consistent, because those two are very like the highest components to finish this. When you don't have those two, it is really almost impossible to get them.
Wow, Nick, at young age of 50, you'll be a doctor? I cannot believe it.
Wait, who's 50? Who's 50?
Let's stay at 50.
Yes,
In your
I'm turning
50s, that's
50.
still that's very young, 51 or 52.
Actually, Mami Vero, it's my bucket list also. My bucket list, I have I want to go to Maldives. I want to finish my doctorate degree when I turn 50. I want to do one sensible pageant. And of all the pageants, United Nations is the most sensible to me because of the charity part. And I'm glad to be able to do all of these before, like when I reach my 50, I'm glad to be able to hit all of them, except for the Maldives, maybe someday soon.
When you reach your 50s, oh, I thought you've already reached your 50s. Not yet?
Not yet. This October I'll be.
Oh, wow. There's something else I'm telling you. Um, Nick, what else do you need to have in your life after that? Okay, so well, another congratulations, and
Thank you.
and good luck um, to your studies. And well, I know that you're going to make it with flying colors.
Thank you, Mommy B. Thank you.
So you're a very, very smart person. Okay, now next in this interview is about this recording of your music recording. How is this? How's this been going?
Um, the goal was to finish 10 albums as I was contracted to do before I turned 50. But it would be impossible because although we tried 2 albums every year, during pandemic, but 10 albums would leave the other albums released unpromoted. So what we did, we paused a little in 2023, but we are working on album number 6 due to be released next year, 24. So as you can see, all my albums do not have any music videos because they will start doing music videos after all albums are out so that the songs would linger longer. That was the marketing strategy. So it's like taking it slow, taking it slow. Yes.
Well, when will this happen? I mean,
Album number 6 will be released sometime October next year. It's a different kind of album. As you can see, all the albums are concentrated, right, Ate? Mami? Album 1 is all about, it's a pop ballad all about our lives. Inspirations, motivations to stand up again. That's album number 1. Album number 2 was Random. It's all about love. It's all about friendship. Album number 2. Album number 3 was Christmas, All Christmas. Album number 4 was OPM, Original Filipino Music. Album number 5 was Gospel. And this coming album is Dance. So maybe Chicago Dance Power can use the songs for swing and all that. Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
telling
dance.
you, that sounds so exciting.
Yes,
And
yes.
while you're here, can I request a sample of your not dancing right now? I know you've been a good dancer. Of your so I mean, one of your songs. I know also you've been a very good singer.
The
Uh,
the the, the problem with this, I noticed this and I asked the maker. The Zoom do not have the compatibility with the microphone and the sound. So when someone sings live, they come out to them distorted. So I would suggest, going to
understand.
YouTube. Yeah, going to
I
YouTube, you could.
understand that. Yeah, very good. So, okay, with all your successes in life, with with your upcoming degree, MD degree, and also with your success in music, with singing that you really love. I know you really love to sing, and so many fans out there are always waiting for you to sing. Um, Nick, also with this new title, can you please tell our viewing audience some uh, some good words that you can tell them to follow your footsteps.
Yes. There are so many advices that you can hear from so many self-help books or people who are so inspired that they deliver messages right in front of your social media, on your phone, text messages. But from me, as your current Mr. USA United Nations 2023, I would like to deal on 3 things. Number 1, stay kind at all times. Because when you're kind, you are actually empathetic. Because when you are empathetic and kind, that means you have control. The very first thing that most people think is the way to go. No, primal urges. When I say primal urges, these are our very own animal instincts, which have the tendency to fight back. When somebody hurts you, you try to retaliate, you try to respond back. Don't do that. Control that because our society does not need that at this time. As society needed more kindness, more empathy, so that everyone can get along better. That was my first message. My second message is do not forget to take very good care of yourselves and then each other, because no one else would do that but us. And number 3, whatever you do, regardless of how hard life becomes or how many detractors would try to ruin your journey, always be focused, consistent, and above all, dreaming and doing some actions on your dreams. Otherwise, they're just dreams. There you go.
Might be nightmares too.
Might be nightmares, yes. Yes.
Okay. Wow, Nick, those are good words of wisdom. And okay, you can also be a pastor one of these days.
I know. I almost became a priest.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yes. I was so close to, everybody at one point in their lives, we try to look back at everything. Like, why is the world like this, and why is everybody fighting? And at that point, I think before pandemic, actually, but like 7 years ago, Mommy V, I really was contemplating on just shining away from all of this and just staying where I can be of help to people who have emotional imbalances. So I can give them advices, pull them out of their darkness. And then, this is a joke now. And then suddenly someone said to me, but if you're a priest and you are in a convent or in a church, a lot of demons actually lives there. And then I got scared, so I said, no, I won't. No,
Well,
that was a joke
Nick,
part. That was a joke part.
you could have been the handsomest priest uh, if you pursued being a priest.
My father is a late pastor.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I, yes. So,
I don't know.
yes.
I don't know, Mami V. It really gives me a sense of light, a sense of ease, whenever I'm able to see someone um at peace after I tell them something. Even with my patients as a nurse, or friends in my circle, or people I meet, when they're down. Sometimes I would just have to look at them and listen to them, and then they calm down after that. It gives me peace.
Wow, really, Nick. I'm telling you, I I really salute you.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting guest and we will be talking about a very interesting topic. And help me welcome Mr. Thomas Mustak. Mr. Welcome to our show. And Thomas is the Utter, did I pronounce it right? OTTER, that's the name of the company. Is Utter Medical and Health Industry PR specialist.
Yep, correct.
And we will be talking about today a very, very interesting topic, which many of us, including me, does not quite understand about the AI or the artificial intelligence, right? AI stands for that. And the effect on the many industries in our world these days. Help me welcome Thomas, Mr. Thomas Mustak. Okay, Thomas, this is a very heavy topic that we're going to be talking about. First things is the presence of AI in my mind is the question of its presence. I always think it's still in the future. But
Yeah,
it's, let's face it, I know that it's here now, right? And how does AI affect the PR industry?
yeah. So I mean, like everybody in every industry it seems to be wanting to get into artificial intelligence or somehow just get their hands on it. It's always like that shiny new toy that every kid wants. So artificial intelligence, I feel like a lot of people don't know what they're getting into. It's a lot of unknown, but there's a lot of benefits to it. In PR specifically, it's used almost every day, whether it be our clients, us ourselves. And it tends to be that it's more of a product that we use alongside of what we do, not necessarily something that's going to replace any job. Everybody's always scared that it's going to turn into the next iRobot movie with Will Smith where the robots run the world. But I don't think it's ever going to get that crazy.
Yeah, it seems that it's really little by little, or maybe, I mean, it's in a massive way. It's really here. It's and affecting some industries. Um, my first question is that it could be dangerous, right? In some way, through our social media, how social media really affects or alters some images or pictures, and of course some information. Um, in
Yeah.
some ways. So how does the AI would affect? I mean, it's affecting us now, but can you please describe to us the effect of AI in our industries or in our government or in the world?
Absolutely. So, I mean, when it comes to artificial intelligence, we always have to be careful in the sense that when you're talking about altered images or altering the news, for example, people tend to believe whatever they see on TV or whatever they read online from their friend because it came from Joe in Alaska or whoever they might know. But with artificial intelligence, they could make a carbon copy of Joe or your friend, and it could be a robot that you're talking to on the computer pretending to be an expert. And that's what's really scary in the sense that you have to do a lot of research. You have to look around for multiple sources of your news. I know in public relations, for example, we can't just stick with one source. We like to always look at multiple different sources. And I know that it's going to get harder and harder to identify who's a real source and who's not. But the one main thing that you have to do is find one source of news that you trust and stick to that. So let's say it be Fox News or NBC or CNN. You always want to find a person that you trust to deliver your news. Social media, you always want to make sure that you're not just reading one thing, believing it. You always want to look around and put kind of your own version of whatever you're trying to look into. So whether it be a story on Ukraine, you want to make sure that you're looking on very different sources, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then little by little, you're making your own observation and your own idea of what's going on.
How can we predict if it's getting really quite dangerous for all of us?
That's a tough question to ask. And I know a lot of people have been asking it. It could turn anywhere, and it really depends on the government and how they want to regulate artificial intelligence, whether they want to continue where it's people deciding how they want to get involved with artificial intelligence. Do they solely want their industry running on artificial intelligence? I know that there's construction industry professionals that are now using artificial intelligence and they put a smart camera on their helmets and then their managers see what they're doing every day on the construction site. So it's whether they want artificial intelligence to run the job solely, or do they want to keep it where it's construction workers running their jobs like they have been for over hundreds and hundreds of years. So it really depends on regulation, the government, and society, because if people panic, the government tends to move faster. So it really comes down to the public and the government.
One scary thing is that uh, it's about countries, like for example, the countries that are not at peace with each other are really fighting these days, and the danger of the AI is that there could be some kind of images or information that will be sent out that some of these countries in trouble might misinterpret. How Do you see that in the future?
Especially, I just brought up Ukraine. That's one very, very scary situation where I'm not a political expert, but I could definitely see whether it be a fake image or a fake news story, it could change the world. It could start a war again. And that's not even just to scare people. It's just a scary idea of the potentials if we don't be careful with artificial intelligence. And there definitely has to be some regulation, but we always have to keep in mind that it's supposed to be used as a tool. It's not supposed to be replacing anything, replacing a news source or replacing an expert. You always want to use it alongside somebody that knows what they're doing. So it's definitely important to make sure that there's some regulation, but that there's experts that are in charge that can control the situation.
But who knows?
That's the scary part. It's all in the air. It's a very scary future, but again, it's the shiny toy everybody likes. It's cool, it's new, and that's what makes it interesting.
Okay, I think and nowadays many human jobs are being replaced by AI.
Yeah.
And what are the risks for the
Well,
humans?
Well, that's the thing. So the risk with the humans, it depends on the industry. So you're not going to have artificial intelligence replacing your doctor or replacing even public relations. It'll never replace a public relations professional because as a human being, we have the ability to smell, we have the ability to breathe, we have the ability to think of ideas. A robot can never think as a human being. And even if it can, that human originality, I don't think it will ever be replaced. And it's that sense of belief where they might bring in artificial intelligence, but it's going to open up new jobs in different ways. And it's just going to be another part of life and another shift in society that we just have to live alongside with it. But again, it's going to be used more as a tool, in my opinion, than replacing people in their jobs.
But Thomas, so far as you're concerned, your industry is really keeping up with what's going on. Most of all, the about the artificial intelligence that's really coming to us, right? And
Absolutely.
how do they do it?
So in public relations, we tend to work with our clients. And when it comes to whether it be a doctor or somebody that's in facilities management, we tend to just implement it into their business and just make their jobs easier. So whether it be scheduling their calendars or whether it be helping them with everyday small tasks that they might necessarily not have time for during the day, now with artificial intelligence, that will help them with their business and just run small little errands. In public relations, we tend to use it kind of as an office assistant. It has the main purpose is we don't want to trust it in the sense that the sources sometimes that they use, it really might not be reliable. And that's where the human sense, I would say, comes in mind, which is the robot will never tell you if this is right or wrong. You're going to always know, and it's always going to ask you. So you direct it wherever it's going, especially with ChatGPT. It's always going to say, is this what you were looking for? Is that what you're looking for? Just because it's trying to learn how you're thinking and what you're doing, but it will never, never know a direction or how to do your job until you tell it how to do something. So it's kind of, it's neat in the sense that you could use it as a tool, but I don't see it necessarily being a full-time employee, let's say.
So, in final words, we should, as humans, we should really be aware and adaptable to what's coming to us, right?
Exactly. We should learn how to use it. We should definitely be aware of the scariness, the worries, but definitely just take it into consideration as an option on how to help you run your day better and how to efficiently run your day with less stress. So in that sense, it's more of a tool. I would never use it as an employee, never trust it solely. But definitely the human touch is a key factor that you will always need no matter what.
Great, terrific, great information, Thomas. Before we sign off, would you like to make one statement to educate our viewing audience further?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you or your organization ever need PR needs or communications, or whether it be learning about ChatGPT, Otter PR is very, very good at it. We use it nonstop. So you could definitely visit us at otterpr.com and learn more.
Terrific. Okay, thank you so much, Thomas, for gracing our show today. And really is a very, very interesting information for us about the artificial intelligence. Thank you so much. At maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy 4th to all of you. Happy 4th to you too, Thomas. Okay. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas. Go to cookcountytreasurer.com because you may have money coming back, either on missing exemptions or refunds going back 20 years. This short video will help to explain everything.
Welcome to the office of Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas. As a taxpayer in Cook County, you can see if you are entitled to $85 million in available overpayment refunds from overpayments going back 20 years. And $37 million in possible missing exemptions going back 4 years. To find out if you are eligible for a refund or to see if you qualify for an exemption, go to cookcountytreasurer.com. Click on the purple box to access your property tax overview. Search for your property by entering your property address. Also, do not enter north, south, east, or west. When you see your property listed, click View Your Property Tax Information. This takes you to your Property Tax Overview screen, which provides a detailed breakdown of your property tax information, including payments and exemptions. You can scroll down or use the navigation in the left column to quickly access key information. Are there any overpayments on your PIN? If a refund going back 20 years is available, click Apply Now to submit an electronic refund application. Approved refunds will be sent to applicants in 4 to 6 weeks. Have you received your tax exemptions in these tax years? This section details tax exemptions that reduce property taxes for eligible taxpayers. The grid shows a yes for exemptions that are applied and a no for exemptions that are not applied. If a prior missed exemption resulted in a CFE or certificate of error, text will indicate that below the grid. The homeowner exemption. Most homeowners are eligible for this exemption if they own and occupy the property as their principal place of residence. The senior citizen exemption. Senior homeowners are eligible for this exemption if they are 65 years of age or older as of January 1st for the year in question and own and occupy their property as their principal place of residence. The senior freeze exemption. Senior homeowners are eligible for this exemption if they meet the requirements for the senior citizen exemption and have a total household annual income of $65,000 or less. This exemption provides significant savings by freezing the equalized assessed value of an eligible property. For each of the returning veteran, disabled person, or disabled veteran exemptions, go to cookcountytreasurer.com and find a detailed explanation by clicking the top menu button, Exemptions. If you meet the qualifications for an exemption, click the Apply for a Missing Exemption link. For more comprehensive information, listen to WVON 1690 AM Mondays at 11:30 and call the hotline during the live broadcast. Go to St. Sabina Catholic Church Thursdays between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Or if you are disabled or need further assistance, email us by going to cookcountytreasurer.com and click Contact Us by Email at the bottom of the page.
would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right, for about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back, but you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now.
Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. Again, 800-555-1212. Don't wait. Call us right now.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino-Quetter bringing you this week's local news from our community. In 60 days, cash bail in Illinois will be no more after the Illinois Supreme Court upheld the Pre-Trial Fairness Act portion of the Safety, Accountability, Fairness, and Equity Today Act. The sweeping criminal justice measure narrowly passed in early 2020 and had been amended multiple times, including in December 2022, with a law Governor J.B. Pritzker signed to clarify that criminal defendants charged with violent crimes can be held pre-trial, while those charged with non-violent crimes can be let go without bail. The no-cash bail provision was supposed to go into effect statewide on January 1, 2023, but was put on hold by the Illinois Supreme Court after a Kankakee County judge declared the law unconstitutional. As immigrants continue to come to Illinois, officials are trying to come up with solutions to house them. In all, more than 11,000 people, most of them from Central and South America, have arrived in Illinois since August of last year. Recently, multifamily housing owners and managers held a roundtable on how to address the state's migration situation. Crane's Chicago business recognized Cook County's Sustainability Program Manager, Sarah Edwards, as a notable leader in sustainability. Edwards has served within the county's Department of Environment and Sustainability for over 7 years and oversees a plethora of programs to help reduce the county's carbon footprint. I'm grateful to Sarah for her dedication to help the county fight climate change, said Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle. Sarah's leadership in developing and implementing programs that make the county a more sustainable place to live deserve to be recognized. Her work ensures communities throughout the county build resiliency to global warming while creating equal access to opportunities that create a positive environmental impact for all residents. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced today that individuals and businesses devastated by the severe weather and tornadoes on June 29 through July 4th may request waivers of penalties and interest on state taxes if they cannot file their returns or make payments on time. Those impacted in the counties declared a disaster are eligible to request a waiver of penalties and interest for income, withholding, sales, specialty, and excise taxes. The counties covered by the disaster proclamation include Coles, Cook, Edgar, Hancock, McDonough, Morgan, Sangamon, and Washington. Said Governor J.B. Pritzker, to support these impacted across the state, I have signed a disaster proclamation, and the state will waive the penalties for impacted taxpayers who need more time to file their state taxes. The United States Food and Drug Administration approved Opill as the first ever over-the-counter birth control pill. Making birth control more accessible will have a direct impact on Asian American and Pacific Islander communities who face barriers to sexual and reproductive health care. In the face of these barriers, AAPI women are more likely to use cheaper, less effective methods of birth control. This historic win was made possible by the tireless efforts of reproductive health, rights, and justice organizations that have spent decades sharing research on the safe and effective over-the-counter use of birth control and advocating for this change, said Isra Pananan, WEEK's NAPAWF's Interim Executive Director and Chief of Staff. NAPAWF is proud to be a part of the Free the Pill Coalition and its commitment to reproductive justice and more equitable access to contraceptives. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
And that's our show for today. Thank you all for watching Chicago Philippine Reports TV. We hope you will stay safe and enjoying this day with your family and friends. I'm Maria Girly Pascual. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay and we'll see you back here next week.